Did you know that if a police officer demands a breath sample at the roadside, you do not have the right to speak with a lawyer first? This is the reality in Canadian DUI law that most people aren't aware of. In this video, I'm going to cover what you need to know about refusing to take a breath sample, and I'll reveal the critical moment when your right to speak with a lawyer kicks in, and it's not when most people think. I'm Dan Joffe, DUI lawyer at Next Law. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more DUI legal insights. Let's get started. First, let's look at when the police can demand a breath sample. At the roadside, they can demand a sample into an approved screening device if they have reasonable suspicion that you have alcohol in your body within the last 3 hours and were operating a vehicle. Now, here's the surprising part. If you're asked to provide a breath sample at the roadside, you do not have the right to consult a lawyer before complying with the breath demand. Many people assume they can speak with a lawyer first, but that's not the reality in Canadian DUI law. Here is when your right to consult a lawyer does kick in. It's when you're arrested or taken to the police station or hospital for further testing on the suspicion of a DUI. At that time, your right under Section 10B of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms kicks in, and you have the legal right to speak with a lawyer. The legal system in Canada takes your right to speak with a lawyer very seriously. If you don't speak with a lawyer in your DUI case, you may be able to get the case dismissed, even if you're guilty. So, what are the consequences of refusing a breath test? These are the same consequences as if you were found guilty of blowing over 80. For a first offense, you're looking at a mandatory minimum fine, license suspension, a criminal record, and in serious fact situations, potential jail time. Now, are there any exceptions where you can refuse? Well, there are some limited exceptions, such as having a medical condition that makes it physically impossible to provide a sample, recent oral surgery, or severe mental impairment. But the threshold for these exceptions is very high, and it's generally advisable to comply with a lawful breath demand unless there are compelling reasons not to. In summary, refusing a lawful breath test demand from the police in Canada can result in serious consequences. And remember, you don't have the right to speak with a lawyer before providing a sample at the roadside. That right only applies after an arrest or when you're taken for further testing. If you've been charged with a DUI, over 80, impaired driving, or refusal to take a breath test, reach out to schedule a free confidential call with me. The link is in the description of this video.